I have had quite a few jobs, the boring ones and the exciting ones, but there have been 5 of them that played a crucial role in my life. The imposter syndrome kicked in and I saw with my own eyes how they killed the horse. It was just a scam. I was very scared to leave instantly. Pills that's supposed to help to increase the size of human beings. And I'm still using all these techniques. They completely ruined my trust towards man. I found my biggest passion. Every job you do, you gain more experience and you never stop learning. I got my first job when I was 15, it was a summer break. The job was at the factory that was producing some pre-made food that is very popular in Ukraine. We were 2 departments, the one was handling meat products and the other one was with fish. I was working at the meat department and we were producing all kind of dumplings with different filling, which is called vareniki. Also different frikadelles and all the variety of sausages, everything related to meat. There was also an in-house butcher and I rarely paid attention what is going on there until one day I was walking by that place and I saw with my own eyes how they killed the horse. Yes, it was a very unpleasant scene and I had no idea that after that accident I will stop eating meat. First few days I was just disgusted with the smell of meat and then I stopped eating it completely. I grew up in a small village in Ukraine and it wasn't natural to be a vegetarian there. So my mother, she thought that I'm getting sick, so she took me to all kind of doctors trying to test me. She also tried to trick me cooking food that contains meat and telling me that there is no meat. But I could instantly feel, smell and taste that there is meat. So that was the first job that brought big changes to my life and made me vegetarian. It was 2011, I graduated from the university and I went to work as a math teacher in one of the schools. It was a very small school, but the kids there were so amazing. I saw their curious eyes and it made me so happy to see and understand that I make them interested in such a boring topic like mathematics. I didn't work as a school teacher for too long because the pay was very low and I couldn't afford paying my bills, but because of this job I found my biggest passion of my life, which is teaching, and I'm still practicing it just as a private teacher. The next job was, how do I say it correctly, a bit shocking for me. I moved to the capital and I didn't plan to go back to teaching in school because I had already 3 students for private lessons, but it wasn't still enough to pay my bills, so I started looking for another job. I found a job in sales. It was some kind of vitamins or supplements. So I thought like, okay, I will give it a try. I got told that it's not called sales and the person calling has already seen the ad, so they are interested, so it's much easier to sell. The first thing in the morning I had a quick workshop how to sell effectively to customers, and only after that I figured out that it's actually not pills or vitamins that I have to sell. It's some kind of pills that's supposed to help to increase the size of the human penis. Of course, the pills didn't increase anything, it was just a scam, and I actually was very scared to leave instantly because that place was a lot of security and seemed to be very sketchy. So I spent the whole day there and I was amazed how many people were calling and trying to buy that thing. There were men of all ages until like 70 or 80. They were calling us and telling their stories about their sexual adventures and what they actually need the pill for. I was still young and I was getting impressed very easily back then. So all the things that I heard, they completely ruined my trust towards man as a partner in my life for quite some time. So it wasn't a pleasant experience at all, but yeah, it happened. There was quite a few jobs in between the one that I mentioned before and the one that I will talk right now, but I was changing them very fast because I was still trying to find myself and find the thing that I enjoy doing. Then I got into tech company as a first line support engineer. What was I basically doing all day long was taking calls from angry users. Well, they were not angry all the time, but most of the time, yes, they were angry, they were yelling, they were expressing their negativity. I have always been an introvert and I have never been good at talking to people, but at this job we had a lot of trainings and workshops about how to handle angry clients, all the negativity that they are throwing on you. And I'm still using all these techniques until now when I have to face some negativity in my real life or online. Lastly, I want to mention my first full-time job as a software engineer. It was a big corporation, big company, and I still have a couple of friends from that place that I am still talking to, but the culture, the working culture was kind of very weird there. Someone would say it was a toxic culture, but I don't really have a clear definition of that. So it was very hard for me to like mentally work there. And I was the only woman among 30 men working there, so maybe it also played some part in my experience. The imposter syndrome kicked in and it was kind of bad, so I had to get help from the therapist. Along the way, with her help, with the help of the therapist, we not only fixed my professional life but also some unresolved conflicts from my childhood. So due to that job, I had enough will to go to the therapist and do some great job with her, and right now I am in a pretty happy place with myself and I have never been happier before. Do you have a job that changed your life? Please write it down in the comments, and if you are not subscribed, please consider to join the community. I will see you in the next one.